Christmas won't be the same without any presents.
Yes, and it's dreadful to be poor.
It's not fair for some girls to have Christmas things and some nothing at all.
We've got mother and father and each other anyhow. We haven't got father, and we shan't have him for a while.
Somebody whistled.
Oh, Joe, don't whistle. It's so boring.
If I were a boy, I could fight with Papa, not sit here knitting like a puzzle.
Amy, you're altogether too particular and prim. But funny now, you grow a little goose if you don't take care. These are quite worn. Marmee must have a new pair.
I think I should get her some for Christmas.
No, I shall.
I'm the oldest.
Let's all get her something, and nothing for ourselves.
Yes, I will get her a nice pair of gloves.
Army shoes, the best to be had. Handkerchiefs, all heavy.
I'll get her a bottle of perfume. It doesn't cost much. That way I can get something for myself.
I have a treat for you girls.
Marmee!
Wait, say it again, say it again. A letter, 3 cheers for Papa.
A message for you girls. Give them all my love and a kiss. Tell them I think of them by day and pray for them by night. I know they will be loving children to you, will do their duties faithfully, and that way when I come back I will be fonder than ever of my little women.
Won't be proud of me because I think too much of my looks and hate to work, but I won't anymore.
I'll try to be a little woman and not rock and roll.
Do you remember when we used to play Pilgrim's Progress? I used to tie bundles on your backs as burdens, and we used to travel through the house. Well, that is the play we are playing all the time, my dears.
But Marmee, what are bundles?
Each of you said you had a burden, except Beth. Except Beth. But I rather think she doesn't have any.
Yes, I have. Mine is dishes and dusters, and me girls with nice pianos and being afraid of people.
Let's try it. Let's do it. We will try to be good, and the story may help us.
Those are my little pilgrims.
Announce the scene, narrator.
Scene 2, Camp Lawrence.
Okay, narrator, start.
Scene 2, Camp Lawrence. As spring grew near, gardens and rivers were brightening up with vivid colors. To promote friendly relations, Laurie set up a post office between the 2 houses. It was made out of a bird bath and put in between 2 bushes. Beth grew quite fond of the business of distributing the mail, since she was always home. One day, Joe got an invitation from Laurie saying they could go to a lovely village called Longmeadow. Laurie also invited his English friends and Mr. Brooke, his handsome tutor. Joe's heart pounded with excitement as she awaited the picnic.
My cotton floral will be just perfect for the picnic.
Oh, no, but only if Joe promises to keep the boys off my back. But I won't hesitate to speak to Mr. Brooke.
As the sun shone brightly above the clouds, the 4 girls made their preparations. Beth watched the carriage pull up and urged them to hurry.
Oh, Joe. Oh. Oh, Joe, you're going to wear that dreadful hat, are you?
Okay. Of course I will. I do not care of the mocking voices of those who make fun of me. Who cares if I wear it? I certainly don't.
And with that, they went off to the picnic. Laurie ran to meet them and presented his friends. The party was soon ready to board the 2 boats. Mr. Brooke and Ned Moffat rowed in one boat, and Joe and Laurie rowed in the other.
Oh. Is it my line? Teddy. Teddy. I didn't know I was late.
Lori because they hung out so much.
Hello, Josephine.
Joe was the laughing stock of the party because of her silly hat, but Kate, the oldest of Lori's friends, only looked amazed at everything Joe did. Meg, in the other boat, spoke to Mr. Brooke. He did not speak often, but when he did, Meg liked the sound of his smooth, steady voice. He looked at Meg often with his handsome brown eyes.
So, girls, are you up for an exciting round of croquet?
Okay.
After croquet, they had a very merry lunch. All the ants and caterpillars attended. Acorns dropped on the overturned teacups, and everyone was having a good time.
Meg, dear, did you go to school?
No, I'm a governess.
Oh, indeed.
But to Meg, it sounded like, how dreadful.
Women in America are highly independent. I respect that.
Well, of course. But I hope Lori does not get spoiled among them.
I've got the English folk turn up their noses at governesses.
I suppose tutors have a hard time there too, but I shan't be here for long. And when Lori goes to college next year, I shall join the army.
We shall all be together.
Meg could not help but notice the way he looked at her. One day, when vacation was nearly over,
I have so many dreams. I will tell you my favorite one if you tell me yours.
Okay. Okay, you go first.
I would like to travel the world and settle in Germany and then become a famous musician.
I'd like a lovely house full of luxurious things and heaps of money.
Your castle would be no good without a husband and children.
It'd be nothing but inkstands and novels and yours.
Oh yes, I write famous books and be an author. I'm happy at home. As long as I have my piano, I'm satisfied. I've got a great idea. If we are all alive in 10 years, we shall see if our dreams came true.
and that was the end of Camp Lawrence.
You know, I have seen 3, the telegram.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
Scene 3, the telegram.
Oh, November is the most disagreeable month of the whole year.
That's the reason I was born. If something pleasant should happen now, we'd think it delightful month. And look, 2 pleasant things are going to happen now. Barbie's coming down the street and Lori's in the garden.
Any letters from Father, girls?
Didn't some of you come for a drive?
Ding dong.
Oh, Hannah's missing. Okay, I'll answer the door.
Mrs. March, your husband is very ill. Come at once. S. Hale, Glen Hospital in Washington.
I shall go at once, but it may be too late. Where's Lori?
Here, ma'am. Let me help you some.
Send a telegram saying I will come at once. Joe. Wait. Joe, tell Mrs. King I cannot come to visit. Beth, ask Mr. Lawrence for a bottle of wine. Amy, get Hannah and to find my trunk. And Meg, help me get my things.
Everything. We all have to come out again to you have to take your hat.
Oh, your hat.
Now where could Jo be? She's been gone all afternoon.
Enters Joe.
There you are. Where have you been? This is to make Father comfortable.
You didn't do it.
I saw some tales of him in the barber shop
talked to and asked them if they would give me Ferrari. The farmer was hesitant, but his wife heard me and told him to do it. She said she would do the same for his son when I was in it.
That was a good thing to do, Joe. My shoes are on.
Okay.
Girls, I have to leave you in Hannah's care and Mr. Lawrence's protection. Hope and keep busy, all of you.
We will, Marmee. We will. Okay, 1 second, please. Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, scene 4. Mr. March comes home. Girls dearly wished that their beloved father would recover, so when a letter came saying that he was on the way to recovery, there was much rejoicing. But their joy was short-lived, for soon after the letter came, Beth caught scarlet fever and almost died. She was so sick that Mrs. March came home. Now Beth is recovering well, and Meg knows that Mr. Brooke cares for her. But now it is Christmas at the March house.
I'm so happy. If Father were home, I would be the happiest girl in all the world. So would I. My new book makes me very happy. And Father would make me
I'm sure I am.
Thank you for the beautiful book.
Thank you for the beautiful book, Marmee.
I am very happy indeed. It's a beautiful necklace, Marmee.
I am happy that you are happy, my dears.
They all smiled in happy contentment. Just then, Laurie came in.
Here's another present from the March family.
They all heard the excitement in Laurie's voice. They turned to the door and saw...
Father!
Everyone ran to Mr. March, who was leaning on Mr. Brooke's arm.
Okay, go.
Somebody say something.
Laura and I have to go home, but we'll be back later on for dinner with Mr. Lawrence.
Come, we can talk in the study. Wait, that was Mr. March. Come, we can talk in the study. Wait, guys.
Bye, Father. Until I said come, Father.
Mr. March.
Mr.
Brooke,
And first Joe comes out now.
Joe, hello. It's too small.
Yeah. Wait.
Meg, would you mind telling me what you would say if John Brooke asked for your hand?
Of course not, Joe. I would simply say, quite calmly and decidedly, thank you, Mr. Brooke. You are very kind. But I agreed with Father that I am too young to enter any engagements. So please say no more, or else be friends as we were. Then I would leave, like so.
Meg stood up to rehearse this exit when she heard a step in the hall and fled to her seat and began to sew for dear life. Joe stifled a laugh when Mr. Brooke came in.
Good evening, ladies. I came for my umbrella, which I seem to have left here.
It's in the rack. I'll go get it.
Joe went to go get the umbrella, leaving Meg to say the speech and walk out.
Mother would like to see you. Please sit down. I will get her.
Please don't go. Are you afraid of me, Margaret?
How can I be when you've been so good to Father? I only wish I could thank you.
Shall I tell you how?
Oh no, please don't. I'd rather not.
I won't trouble you. I only want to know if you care for me a little, Meg. I love you so dear.
I don't know.
This was the time for the speech, but Meg didn't make it.
I'll wait. And in the meantime, you could be learning to like me. It wouldn't be so hard.
I don't know about that. Oh gosh, that was so weird. No, if I choose to learn it.
Please do, Meg. I love to teach, and this would be easier to teach than German.
Meg stole a glance at him and saw a smile of someone who knew he had want on his handsome face. This nettled her.
I don't. Please go away and let me be.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, it's too soon. I'd rather not.
Meg was standing brave. Mr. Brooke was looking pale. What would have happened next, I cannot say, if Mrs. March hadn't entered the room. Mr. Brooke hid behind a chair.
What's all this? Oh, it's father's friend. Mr. Orline. What's
Father's friend doing to make you look like a pain?
Just say it. What's father's friend doing to make you look like a peon? Oh, we were just talking. Mr. Brooke came to fetch the umbrella.
Brooke, that boy's tutor. I understand now. You haven't gone and accepted him, have you? If you marry this cook, not a penny of my money goes to you.
Now, Aunt March had always made people do the opposite of what she said. If she had begged Meg to accept John, Meg probably would have declared she couldn't think of it.
I shall marry who I please, Aunt March. You can go leave your money to anyone you like.
You should marry for your family, girl.
I couldn't marry anyone better if I couldn't marry anyone better if I waited my whole life. Ruth willing to work, and I'm proud he thinks he cares for me, a silly little girl.
Take my advice. He probably knows you have rich relations.
Oh, my John wouldn't marry for money any more than I would, because he loves me and I love.
Meg stopped short because she had just remembered that she had told her John to go away and was hearing her at this very minute.
And I shall say no more, you silly child.
Thank you, Meg, for providing that you do... Proving that you do have a little care for me.
Well, anyway.
Take me a little.
Oh, yes. I didn't know till she abused you so.
And I may stay and be happy, my dear.
Here
Yes,
was another
John.
time for the crushing speech and exit. Meg had no thoughts of that.
Yes, John.
Joe came in. Joe came just then and listened at the door. Hearing silence, she thought Meg had sent Mr. Brooke away as planned and went on thinking to have a good laugh about it.
Sister Joe, congratulate us.
This was too much for Joe, and she called frantically.
Oh, somebody do come. John Brooke is acting dreadfully and Meg likes it.
Really?
Please, Meg says that she will have me, and I plan to work until we may wed, to earn money so Meg may have a home when we are married.
When she is 20, if she will still have you, you and Meg will be wedded with our blessing.
Oh, Meg, you are to be married.
Oh, Lori, I'm to lose Meg. It wouldn't be
Oh, Lori. Oh, Lori. I am too. Oh, wait, never mind. It's all right, Joe. You will still have me.
Get rid of it. Go.
But in 3 years, Joe was as happy as anyone to see Meg and John married.
The end.
Wow.
Thank you, girls. Yeah, we've never got a practicing time, but we had a lot of fun. So that's good.
It was great.
Woo! That was fun.